Hey guys, this is Nathan, and welcome back to TechNodeFirmaCraft. So, I've been thinking about the steel production here and how we're using this blast furnace here, and I would kind of like to try something a little bit different. So, we have the Railcraft blast furnace as well. Now, this requires coal coke in order to work, which we can make tons of that here in our coke oven. So, the recipe on this takes 2 of the blast furnace bricks, a steel hammer of some sort, and then these infernal bricks. Now the infernal bricks is going to be where we're going to have problems because we need gray dye for this. So gray dye comes from bone meal and ink sacs. Now I don't know for sure, I haven't actually tried to see if we get ink sacs from squid. So I don't know if that's how we get it or if there's some other way. But I do want to look into that, and to that end, we are going to go ahead and drop a whole bunch of wrought iron into our rolling machine with a little bit of flux. And yeah, we're going to let this roll up. Now, of course, we are going to be using all of our power, so I'm going to let that run for a little while. Our wind generator just can't quite keep up with that. So, yep, that's just kind of the way that it is sometimes. Now, also, you'll notice on the map, there's a lot of trees missing in the area. I have been trying to replenish my wood supply a little bit. So I've got an entire barrel full of the pine logs, and I have a few of them left on me that I couldn't get in there. I've got half a barrel of the willow, and I've got a little bit more of the oak. So I've kind of been working my way up on those. And of course, I've also been doing the shearing and milking in between. And we're still waiting for our second apple harvest. So, yep, I think we're going to wait for that stuff to roll up. And in the meantime, I am going to check and see if we can get ink sacs from the squid. And it wouldn't hurt to get a little calamari too, because we can surely bring that over here and pickle it. So, yep, I'm going to go ahead and sleep the night away, and we are going to head out into the ocean and see if we can get some ink sacs. Okay, so we have some squid here, so we're going to go ahead and hop in the water and see if we can kill some of these. Now, I know these guys move pretty fast, so, okay, there we go, ink sacs. So that's good. Make sure that we get up here and get some air. So how many of those did we get? We got 2 and a little bit of calamari. So I'm going to go ahead and just kill a few more of these. And we will head back to the base then, and we'll try to put together that infernal furnace. No, not infernal furnace. We're not doing Thaumcraft here. The blast furnace. And I think that I may pull the other blast furnace, the TerraFirmaCraft one, apart for that purpose, because yeah, if this works, we're not going to need that anymore. So, yep, I'm going to kill the rest of these squid, and I'll meet you back at the base. Well, we're ready to start doing this stuff, so the first thing we need to do is we need a piece of sand, a piece of bone meal, and an ink sac to make gray dye. Now the gray dye we will surround with bricks, and that will give us the fitted infernal stones. Now we'll have to run down here and grab our chisel. We have our, somewhere around here is our bismuth chisel. Where is that? There it is. Okay, so the bismuth chisel then we will combine with the fitted stone. Do we need a hammer to go with that? I think we might, yep. Okay, well we'll just go ahead and use our steel hammer, and that's going to make us the infernal bricks. So there's the first part of that. Now the second part, we're just going to pull this blast furnace here. I don't know what else I picked up there. No clue. So we've got that, and then in our rolling machine we have made some double ingots. Oh, apparently those only stack to 8s. But I think I'm going to pull this back down. Now these wrought iron sheets we will be able to put together into the double sheets that are needed for the blast furnace. But these are very slow to remove, even with a steel pickaxe, which I'm running a wrought iron pickaxe right now. The good part is that it will remove 2 of them at a time here. But I'm going to pull all of this down, and I think we need a crucible in that too, don't we? No. Yeah, we need 1 crucible. So we'll go ahead and use this crucible in there as well. And the bellows, I suppose what we'll do with that is we will go ahead and mirror the other one here. So we'll pull this out and we'll put this bellows. Oh, the toyer was the other thing that we pulled out of there. Which actually now I've got 2 of those. Because I have another one over here that I've just been kind of storing. So yeah, I guess if this doesn't work, we'll have to put this back up, which will kind of suck because I'll have to make all of these wrought iron sheets again. But yeah, I'm gonna put all this together, get the 8 more double sheets that I need to make the next blast furnace brick, and then we'll be back. So I should have everything that I need to make this blast furnace, so we're gonna take a look at that real quick. So first off, we need to make another one of these blast furnace bricks, so that's crucible surrounded by double sheets. So we'll take the crucible and double sheets around that. And so now we've got 2 of those. So for the blast furnace brick, now we need a steel hammer, 2 blast furnace bricks, and the infernal bricks. So we're going to put the infernal bricks down the sides, our 2 blast furnace bricks in the bottom, and a steel hammer. That gives us 34 of the Railcraft blast furnace bricks. Now these are a multi-block structure that go in a 3x3x4. So first off, we're going to pull up this jack-o'-lantern because there's no use in covering it. And actually, I suppose what we'll do is we'll just move it over by 1 brick. It's probably the best thing to do. And we'll grab that dirt and place it back down. So now we've got 34 bricks. I'm assuming that is the recipe that we need for one of these. So this is a hollow structure. Let's see. And actually, we're going to place this 1 block into the dirt. I think we can do that. So, ooh, I am hungry. Ah, good sandwiches. So, yep, hopefully this will work set down in the dirt. So we're going to put a 3x3 solid in the bottom. Then we need 2 sets of hollow 3x3 and then another solid 3x3 on top. So, yeah, looks like that is exactly the recipe for 1 set of bricks. We now have this finished. So what are the recipes on this? So we can use a hematite pile to turn straight into pig iron. Now we can use charcoal, refined firestone, cracked firestone. We can use a whole bunch of stuff. The coal coke is what we're really going to be looking at though. So now we don't need charcoal anymore to make our iron. So we're going to grab a stack of our limonite here, our rich limonite, and this is a little trick that I found. Actually, we're going to grab 4 stacks there. Okay, so there's 4 stacks. So this is a little trick that I found. If we take this 3 rich limonites and a steel hammer, it will give us the 3 limonite piles. Now that's fine, except that this is only 225 units of limonite here, and this is 300. So I really like that. That is a nice little, no, I don't know if you call it a glitch, but it definitely is nice. So we've got 1 more there. We're going to grab that 1. So that gives us 64 of those. We're going to grab a stack of the coke coal, and now we will throw this in there, and this. It won't accept that one. It is the immersive engineering coal coke. So let's see here in the recipes. Maybe we still will have to use charcoal. The Railcraft coal coke will work. We can use a block of coal coke. So what are the uses on this? So once again, that's the wrong one. Oh, okay. Well, we can just set that in our crafting grid, and it will turn it straight into the other kind. And there we go. So now this will make us quite a bit of the pig iron. It looks like it's a little bit slow, but we can leave it alone. So over here, I have a whole bunch of the weak steel, and we'll be getting that pig iron now, and so I will be able to very easily combine that with the weak steel and make tons and tons of the black steel. So that's our next step to be able to increase to our red steel anvil. So yep, I'm going to let this sit here and cook up for a little bit. And even though I like it having it this low, I think I'm probably going to move this up a block. But yeah, oh man, that takes a lot of coal coke to fire this stuff. Looks like it's probably going to be 2 for each one. Well, that's fine. Still, we can set it here and not worry about it. So it's going to take 2 pieces of coal coke for every pig iron. So, yep, our coal mine here that I was starting on is going to have to be finished just so that we can do that. But, yep, that'll be where we're going next. So actually here, I'm going to drop some of this wood in there. And we can use this charcoal still if we want to. But, yep, going to let this run, and I will be back after a little bit. So I am about ready to put in the last black steel ingot into my crucible to make my red steel. So now if I did my math right, my combination should work out here. So that's no good. Did I forget one somewhere? Let's take a look at our stuff here. Basically what it looks like to me is I need one more black steel. Did I miss one somewhere? Well, anyway you look at it, I have to make another 14, well actually another 20, yep, I've only got 19 in there, so I missed a black steel somewhere. But I need to make another 20 weak steel to combine with these, or another 20 black steel to combine with these weak red steel, and I don't have any of those. So once again, I've been utilizing both forges while I'm melting stuff and everything else, but I don't have enough weak steel to make the black steel. So I mean, the weak steel is this stuff, but I've got all this stuff in the crucible right now, so I'm kind of in a bad way here. So I've got to get that last black steel in there so that I can get this weak red steel out of there. And I'm waiting for these to heat up, which really stinks. I didn't even think about it that I didn't have enough. And so, oh, I'll bet I know. Yes, here it is. Because I only made 10, and so I put all 10 of those in. Now, if I pump the temperature up on this just a little bit, so that we get to the brilliant white, there it goes, and we have weak red steel in here now. So now I can start casting this stuff. The trouble now is, of course, that we've got to get it heated back up, and at the same time we have to be careful that we don't melt this pig iron on the inside of here. So, yep, we'll get this melted. We got to get it to brilliant white, and there it's starting to flow out. I want to heat it up just a little more while I still can. So these still have a little bit before I can weld, but so we are now getting the weak red steel. So once I get some black steel, we can keep these heated up and get them in the anvil, welded together with that black steel, and we will get some regular red steel ingots. So yep, that's great. We'll get that all done and be able to make a red steel anvil to drop in here. So yep, almost there. So I am just heating up the last few of the red steel ingots so that I can weld these together. And we are one short currently, so let's just see here. Do we have any over here that are ready to go? These two can be welded together, so we will quickly weld them. And there we go. There's the 7 that we need. And I'm going to go ahead and pull the rest of these back out because we're probably going to need those a little later. So drop off the rest of this stuff there, and we're going to get away from these noisy forges. So now we have 7 red steel ingots, or red steel double ingots, and so we are going to go ahead and make the eye, just like we did with the other stuff for the anvil, and there we go, red steel anvil. So we'll go ahead and pick this anvil up, and now we're overburdened. So we'll just toss that on the ground real quick, put this one down, and ooh, that is pretty. Okay, well, while I'm thinking about it, we will drop a couple of these that are the hottest back in here. Looks like those two. And we'll get them heated back up, and we're going to make ourselves a hammer. So now I'm pretty sure we only need one, actually. So, well, we'll make 2 hammers out of this. So, yep, got just a tiny bit of forging left. And then we can finally move on to making our mechanism machines. So that's great. We'll get to that really, really soon. And, yep. Let's just see. Are these hot enough yet? Oh, we are losing heat because I took the coal out. Let's get those heating back up. That was dumb of me. So let's go ahead and pump the bellows a couple of times. That will take the temperature up faster. Now, the bellows only affects this temperature on the side. It does not affect how fast these ingots absorb the heat. So it looks like almost all of those can be stacked together. So I'm just going to wait here just a second. So there we go. 4 red steel ingots. Now I'm going to just set these on the ground over here for now, because I don't know what else to do with them for sure. And in this forge, we have 8 of the black steel ingots left. So I'm going to go ahead and drop those on the ground here as well. So yep, we are really close to being able to make a bucket. So let's see here, we're yellow and orange. Come on, let's get a little bit hotter. I'm not sure what the pattern is going to be on making a hammerhead, but I guess we'll see if we can figure it out here. So where it can weld should be good enough. So we want a hammer, and we need shrink, not last, any, and then punch. And we don't have a hammer left. Oh, that's right, I took everything out of there. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do this. Maybe a bend. Yeah, that lines it up perfectly. Okay, draw, shrink, punch. No, wrong way. Ah. Okay, so let's pull this back. So, draw. Nope, too cold. So let's try this on this one. Same thing again, hammer. So, I think I'm going to do 1 punch ahead of time. Bend. Nope, wrong way. Shrink. Okay, so that was 1 tick above, right? So if we do a draw, shrink, whoops, man, this is confusing me. So draw, shrink, or punch. No, this is not working. So let's try this again. I have such a hard time with this sometimes for some reason. So we want to draw, shrink. I'm the wrong direction. Draw, shrink, hammer, punch. No. One wrong. Draw, shrink, hammer, punch. Same spot again. So, draw, shrink, hammer, punch. There we go. Okay, so we have our first red steel hammerhead. Now that I see what I have to do there, this one won't take much now. So we need to line this up. So now, draw, shrink, hammer, punch. There we go. So we've got 2 hammerheads. Don't know how we're getting a smithing bonus on those. But now we have the ability finally to work with our highest tier of metal. And, yep, this is great. So I don't know what the durability is going to be like on those, or, you know, how fast the tools are going to be when we make them. But the really nice part is now we can get our mechanism machine. So let's take a look here. We needed the crusher, was one of the first ones we needed to get. And if we look here, so we actually need 2 black steel hammers for that. But the steel casing, we needed either a blue or a red. So yeah, there's going to be a little bit of crafting involved here. And I'm going to have to make 2 black steel hammers now too. So I guess I better grab a couple of black steel ingots and get them heating up, and I'll have to do the same thing with them. So, yep, I'm going to get a couple of things prepped, and I'll see if we can get that built, and I will be back in a second. So one thing that I had not noticed was that in order to make this crusher, we need a basic control circuit. Now the only way to get this basic control circuit is through the metallurgic infuser, and we need to put redstone and osmium into that. Well, to make the metallurgic infuser, we need 2 more blast furnace bricks. And now it's not a problem to make these, except the fact that to make the crucible we need 5 fire clay, so that means I need 10 fire clay total. I have 4. And I have no graphite. So I'm going to have to make a fairly long excursion off to the east to go and find my graphite again over here, wherever it was in this area. And I just don't feel like doing that today. It's getting pretty late in the day and I'm going to have to work tomorrow. So yeah, we're getting close enough to the end of the episode that I'm probably going to call it quits for today. Now, I'm really hoping that these last few vegetables will make it to harvest before it gets too cold. We're really close on some of these, but some of them, you know, like this corn over here, there's no way this is going to make it. We're only at 50% growth on that. And I don't know why some of these took so long to grow, but yeah, I suppose it might have something to do with whatever, the nutrients in the soil, and I don't have my key bindings set up right for that anyway. But I guess while I'm thinking about it, there's one thing we could do before we go for today, and that is we could look at how to make cheese. Now, the apples have continued to get more and more leaves, and every new leaf has had apples on them. And I'm not entirely sure what is going on with that, but also I was able to get some of the berries up here harvested, but I want to get as much of this stuff harvested as I can prior to the late autumn harvest, because otherwise we're just kind of throwing this away. So we're almost to late autumn. I'm not sure when the date actually starts here, because it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but wow, that's quite a bit of apples already. And that's just a little bit here and there. But yeah, I said I wanted to take a look at making the cheese. Now I know that it says to put vinegar into 9 buckets of milk. So I suppose we'll do that real quick. Let's see here. Where do I have some vinegar? Right here we do. So I'll unseal this and we will grab a bucket of vinegar out of that and then seal this back up. So we've got our 9 buckets of milk down here. We're going to throw this in there. So now we have a vinegar and milk mixture. Okay, so this is going to make curdled milk. So I suppose what I could do is just do a little bit of quick research, find out what we're supposed to do with this stuff, and then I can come back and we can take a look at it. And yeah, I suppose that'd probably be the best thing to do. So I will be back in a little bit. So really quick, I thought I would automate, or at least semi-automate, the making of the charcoal with the steel furnace. So I took a couple of my double wrought iron sheets. I don't know what this glitch is. It's a graphical glitch that these chests don't like to show up sometimes. They're still there, but it's annoying. But I took 2 of those and made one of these hoppers. Now, this hopper does not work as a hopper, so instead we have to add a chest to that with a hammer. So if we come in here, we'll take a chest, the hopper, and a hammer, and this gives us the Minecraft hopper. So now I should be able to drop this here. It should start pulling items out of there and pushing them into here, and we will get pretty much automatic charcoal production. I'll just have to come by every once in a while and grab out the little bits of charcoal and throw in more logs. So yep, that's great. That's the first little bit of automation that we have gotten taken care of here. And now the last thing is the cheese. So basically the only thing that was left to do was just take this curdled milk and leave it for a little while. So if we take our cheese here, we will take this up to our brining station and do the same thing that we do with pretty much everything else. And we are going to go ahead and pickle this cheese, and then we will be able to use it in the making of our sandwiches. So yep, milking the cows is gonna be a pretty common thing for me to be doing, so that I have this. And I guess I'll probably just start using this barrel for the milk, that way I don't have to go so far. And we'll be able to start having dairy. So, yep. One thing that I didn't think about here is we do not have any fruit in our sandwiches. So I'm going to go ahead and take... I know this isn't exactly... Well, no, that's not even enough to preserve that one. So let's see if we can find a vinegar here that's... there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and drop these peaches in here. And this will give us just a little bit of fruit. We'll get a few sandwiches here that'll have some fruit, and that should help our health a little bit. You see my health is well below 1,000, and if we look here, we're losing our fruit as well as our dairy. So, yep. Once again, pretty successful episode here. Now, we are at the end of the Christmas vacation, so... yeah, I won't be putting out daily episodes anymore. So, I'm just going to say, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, please do make sure that you let me know. And I just realized I still have my anvil on my back. Black steel anvil. That actually looks kind of cool. But if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give a thumbs up. Let me know that you're enjoying it. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!